Um, I believe that Higuain puts forward the worst performance I've seen this year. He was horrible. He was atrocious. He's going back into the Brick Academy, and this match showed the dark side of Higuain, which is why I think that the guy's a complete flop and he's overrated. He should never be called a world class striker. This was not the best performance from Juventus. You could tell centrally in the midfield they're missing something. Dybala, I think this is the issue that I have with Dybala. Again, it's you need to give me 90 minutes of quality, minimum 75 minutes of quality. What we saw were about 30 minutes of true amazing quality. He was getting on the ball, he was throwing balls through, he was being the point man, he was really defining how Juventus were playing. And then he faded away. He wasn't really finding that space, and then you couldn't really find him. He disappeared from the game, hence why he probably got subbed off. So again, for Dybala, especially with no Pogba in there and with him getting so much attention and more responsibility, he needs to be influential for 90 minutes. He needs to probably look at what James Rodriguez did for Bayern Munich the night before. That's what you need. Where like for 90 minutes, for the best part of 90 minutes, you need to really be everywhere. You need to really be alive, and you need to really let people know that you are around, and you need to be demand the ball, get on the ball, and really try and make things happen for the best part of 90 minutes. But again, for Juventus, you have to look at Zukic, man. And again, he's not a winger. He'll never be a winger. I'll never accept him as a winger, but he's doing the job. And I think what you saw with his goal was his movements and his striker's movements and his striker's instincts. He again, crap, missed the ball. Mandzukic, right place, right time. You're looking at Fiorentina. When you've got a young team, especially when you've got a young striker, like I say, you look at Simeone, who actually does look like the bloody drug lord himself. He needs a strike partner. You never play a young striker as a lone striker, especially when you play against Juventus at their fortress, at the crib. You can't play a young striker by himself. You need to give him a strike partner. So I just think that, because you saw it, everything that Simeone was by himself, bad decision, the wrong pass, dribble when you're not supposed to dribble, wrong positioning, wrong spacing. And these are just things that you develop when you become a lot older, and you'll be able to really define that lone striker position, because it's one of the toughest positions to play in football, a lone striker. So I thought, Fiorentina should have gone with like a 4-4-2, standard 4-4-2, 4 or 4-1-3, to just get some meat inside, give Simeone some support, so you have someone for him to really play off of. And I think it would have actually been a lot more threatening, because especially after the sending off towards the end, you saw how they really threatened Juventus. But I think for Juventus, I think that Matuidi looks like a very good buy, but I think Matuidi needs to be partnered with a skilled central midfielder. I don't know whether that is Pjanic. Obviously, Dybala plays in the number 10, but you're missing the Pirlo, because I think what you always want in a central midfield pair, you want the passer and you want the consolidator. Matuidi is the consolidator, who's also box to box. Again, you saw his run that led to the rare red card, but you need a guy who finds that pass that no one else sees, like what Pirlo does, what Fabregas does, what Iniesta does, what Verratti does. Those kinds of guys who, because again, for Juventus, it was a bit too flat, too many easy passes, and there were no interesting passes played through. Obviously, there were balls played into Higuain, he wasn't really doing anything. So for Juventus, it wasn't the best performance. I thought it was very flat. They could have done a lot better. But they're going up against a team, Fiorentina, who were not very good at all. They offered zero, zilch. So that's the thing that for Pioli, you need to add some experience and some bulk and some definition to that team. But overall, they did what they did. So in all, Dybala, I needed to give you the best part of 90 minutes. Zukic, well done. You're a G, doing his thing, scoring important goals. You saw that G scored in the Champions League final. And Higuain is completely and utterly crap.